You have been called weak your whole life. You have been told to grow a backbone. You have heard it 1,000 times. Stop being so afraid of confrontation. And every time someone raises their voice, every time tension fills the room, your body does something you cannot control. Your heart races, your throat tightens, your carefully prepared words dissolve into nothing. You freeze not because you chose to, but because something deeper than thought took over. You rehearsed what you would say. You knew exactly how you would stand your ground. But in the moment, your body betrayed you. Society has diagnosed you spineless conflict-avoidant, a people pleaser who will never stand up for themselves. But I am here today to tell you something different. The diagnosis is wrong. You are not avoiding conflict because you lack courage. You are avoiding it because your nervous system is running a different program, a more sensitive program. And today we are going to look at the neuroscience that proves your conflict aversion is not a character defect. It is a hypersensitive alarm system. To understand why you freeze, we need to look at your hardware, because this is not psychology. It is biology. Neuroscientist Stephen Porges discovered something revolutionary about the human nervous system. He found that beneath our conscious awareness, our body is constantly scanning the environment for danger. He called this neuroception. Think of it like this. Your nervous system is an alarm system. Most people have a standard alarm. It only goes off when there is real danger, a fire, a break, in a physical threat, but your alarm system is different. Yours is hypersensitive. It does not just detect fires. It detects smoke. It detects the smell of a match being lit 3 rooms away. It detects someone thinking about lighting a candle. This is not a metaphor. This is neuroscience. When most people experience conflict, their amygdala registers mild discomfort, annoying, but manageable. Your amygdala registers the same interaction as a threat to your survival, not metaphorical survival, physical survival. Your heart rate spikes. Your prefrontal cortex goes offline. Your body floods with cortisol and adrenaline. You enter freeze mode. This is called a dorsal vagal shutdown. Your nervous system has 3 gears: safe and social, fight or flight. And shut down most people's conflicts stay in fight or flight. They can argue, they can push back. Their thinking brain stays online, but your alarm is so sensitive that conflict skips straight to shutdown. Your body plays dead, like a rabbit freezing when it sees a fox. It is an ancient survival strategy. You are not choosing to go silent. Your alarm system is pulling the emergency brake, and it is doing it because at some point in your history, shutting down kept you safer than fighting back. Second feature of your alarm. It does not just detect your own threats. It detects everyone else's threats too. This is because of your mirror neurons. These are the neurons that allow us to feel what others feel. But in your system, they are hyperactive. When someone across the table is angry, you do not just understand their anger intellectually. You feel it in your own chest. Your body simulates their physiological state. You absorb their tension like a sponge. This is why walking into a room after 2 people argued feels physically painful. You can feel the residue. Your alarm is not just monitoring your safety, it is monitoring everyone's emotional state simultaneously. You are running a whole building security system, while everyone else is only monitoring their own apartment. No wonder you are exhausted. You were built differently. And this leads to the third feature. Your alarm runs predictive simulations because you feel what others feel, because you sense danger before it fully forms. Your brain is constantly running scenarios. If I say this, they will react like that. If I push back here, the relationship will break there. You are not overthinking. You are running complex threat modeling, trying to find the safest path through the minefield. The problem is, that path usually requires you to stay silent. No, here is the critical question. If this alarm system causes so much pain, if it makes conflict unbearable, why would evolution design it this way? This is where everything changes. You are not a coward. You are an early warning system. If conflict avoidance was pure weakness, if this sensitivity served no purpose, Natural selection would have eliminated it thousands of years ago, but it did not. It kept it. Why? Because the tribe needed both types of people. The warriors were essential, bold, confrontational. Quick to act, but a tribe of only warriors destroys itself. They escalate every disagreement into violence. They fracture over small conflicts. They cannot negotiate. They cannot compromise. The tribe needed sensors. They needed people whose alarms went off early. You were the one who felt the tension rising before the fight started. You were the one who sensed the neighboring tribe's hostility before the ambush. You were the diplomat, the peacekeeper, the one who kept the tribe from tearing itself apart. Your sensitivity is not a bug. It is a feature that kept your ancestors alive. Society today is built for warriors. It rewards the loud, the aggressive, the confrontational. That is why you feel broken. But here is what no one tells you. The problem is not your alarm system. The problem is that no one taught you how to use it. You have been trying to disable your alarm, toughen up, to be more like the warriors. But that is like asking a smoke detector to ignore smoke. You cannot change your hardware, and you should not want to. What you need is a different strategy. Let me show you how to work with your alarm, not against it. First tool, lower the alarm sensitivity before the conversation. Your system detects threat faster than others, so you need to send safety signals before conflict begins. This is called the pre-frame. Before you have a difficult conversation, you say this: "Hey, I want to talk about something that feels uncomfortable, but I care about this relationship, so I want to find a solution that works for both of us." What you just did. You told the other person's nervous system and your own, this is not an attack. We are safe. You lowered the alarm sensitivity. Second tool, create a manual override for freeze mode. When your alarm pulls the emergency brake, when your words vanish, when you feel yourself shutting down, you need a script. Say this out loud: "I need a moment to gather my thoughts. Can we pause for 30 seconds? This is not weakness. This is giving your prefrontal cortex time to come back online." Your alarm needs a longer reset time than others. That is not a flaw. Third tool, use the written channel. Your alarm detects real-time threat signals. Voice tone, facial expressions, body language, writing. Removes those triggers. Email is not the coward's way out. For you, it is how your system processes best. Some of the most powerful conversations I have ever had happened over text. Fourth tool, the calm boundary formula. You have been told to set boundaries, but no one explained how. For your alarm system, boundaries cannot sound aggressive, because aggression triggers your own threat response. Here is the script. When you do X, I feel Y. What I need is Zeno blame. No attack. Just information. Example. When you interrupt me in meetings, I feel unheard. What I need is space to finish my thoughts. This allows you to advocate without setting off your own alarm. Fifth tool, energy, budgeting. Your alarm runs constantly, monitoring threats, absorbing emotions, running predictions. You cannot have difficult conversations when your battery is at 10%. If you are already drained, schedule the conversation for when you have capacity. This is not avoidance. This is tactical timing. You only get so much bandwidth. Use it strategically. Sixth tool, the post-freeze script. Sometimes, despite all your preparation, you will still freeze. Your alarm will still take over. You will walk away from a conversation feeling like you failed. When that happens, you need a different kind of script, not for the other person. For yourself, say this internally: "My nervous system did what it was designed to do. I protected myself. That was not failure. That was biology." This is not making excuses. This is stopping the shame spiral that makes the next conflict even harder. Your alarm learns from experience. If freezing leads to self-hatred, your system codes conflict as even more dangerous. The alarm gets more sensitive. But if freezing leads to self-compassion, your nervous system gets the message: I am safe even when I shut down. Over time, this lowers the alarm sensitivity naturally. The modern world tells you to disable your alarm, to be tougher, to stop being so sensitive. But your alarm kept the tribe alive. You do not need to change who you are. You need to stop using someone else's manual. You were never broken. You are a highly calibrated threat detection system in a world that does not understand sensitivity. Your conflict avoidance is not cowardice. It is an evolutionary gift that the world still desperately needs. The alarm stays on. You just learned how to adjust the settings, and because your alarm monitors social threats so carefully. You probably also struggle with something else. Saying no, even when every part of you wants to. If you want to understand why your body physically resists declining requests, and how to build a boundary that does not trigger your own alarm watch, the next video, I will see you there.